Hi, I'm Carol Andrews for another episode of Southwest TV News. Here are some of the stories we've been working on for today's show. Scenes such as this have been common in many neighborhoods over the past several weeks, as Saskatchewan residents prune their elm trees before the April 1st deadline. As health regions try to identify best practices for efficiencies in their day-to-day routines, the concept of lean comes into play. June 26th through the 29th will be a busy weekend in Swift Current, as the Centennial Homecoming coincides with the annual Frontier Days exhibition. Thanks for joining us here today. Well, it's that time of the year to start thinking about spring yard work, and the province is again reminding you about the annual Elm Tree pruning ban. Scenes such as this have been common in many neighborhoods over the past several weeks, as Saskatchewan residents prune their elm trees before the April 1st deadline. Each year, the Ministry of Environment institutes the ban from April 1st through August 31st to ensure our green space remains healthy.
One of the main reasons, of course, is that a healthy elm is typically a less susceptible elm to attack by the beetle. Now, the beetle is the creature that spreads the Dutch elm disease from tree to tree. So every year when we restrict the pruning of elms, it coincides with the active period of that beetle. So if we prevent branches from being pruned during that time, then the beetles will be less likely to be attracted to those trees. They're attracted to wounds or scents from the tree. But if the pruning has happened before that and the wounds have dried up, then they're less susceptible and less attractive to the beetle.
In addition to meeting the elm tree pruning deadline, you're reminded to properly dispose of the branches and other debris.
One of the key things, of course, is don't move, use, or store firewood. It's against the law, but it's also one of the biggest threats to the long-distance spread of this disease. So that's absolutely crucial that people should properly dispose of elmwood material after pruning. A tree can be removed completely at any time of year, but it has to be disposed of properly, and the stump has to be treated properly too.
The elm tree pruning ban is in effect now through August 31st across Saskatchewan. More details on Dutch elm disease are available through your local municipality or from the province. Lean processes in healthcare have been an ongoing discussion across the province, and the Cypress Health Region is proving that this concept does work. As health regions try to identify best practices for efficiencies in their day-to-day routines, the concept of lean comes into play. Here in the Cypress Health Region, this process has already been in place for a period of time and appears to be working well.
We have been spending full weeks with our staff, following them through an entire shift, tracking, timing, and it gives us a great opportunity to talk to them about the fact that we aren't judging the work that they're doing. We're really looking at, are there ways we can streamline their process to free up their time to get them back to the bedside and doing the kinds of things that they often feel very rushed and pressured to do. Our staff have been very welcoming, very open. They find it interesting as we're starting to create some of the data about where they are spending their time and how much time they're spending doing particular tasks.
Vashon further adds a concept of lean is not the scary word it appears to be and can lead to new efficiencies in a number of areas while providing quality care first and foremost for healthcare clients.
Reduction of duplication of paperwork, services. We're looking at how we can help to free up frontline staff time. So even if we're not actually saving dollars, we're doing cost avoidance for having to add more staff. If we're able to streamline processes, it's an excellent way to deal with inventory management to ensure that we don't have lots of excess stock that's expiring and being thrown in the garbage, making sure that the supplies are in the right place at the right time, which again then ensures that our staff are able to do their job.
The Cypress Health Region is one of several agencies integrating the lean concept into its overall operations, and will continue to work closely with its staff to improve on the concept in the coming months. Swift Current Centennial celebrations continue throughout the year, and the next big event planned is the homecoming weekend. We have an update for you now in this report. June 26th through the 29th will be a busy weekend in Swift Current, as the Centennial Homecoming coincides with the annual Frontier Days exhibition. The homecoming is the second of 3 major events planned for the City Centennial celebration this year, and committee members say the excitement is building, with former and current residents registering for the homecoming weekend.
We've got a registry on the Centennial website, and so far we've got over 200 on there. We're hoping for quite a few more, and just took a look through it this morning. We've got people from Australia, different places in the USA, and of course from all across Canada. So it's great to see so many people coming home and registering already, and we certainly encourage everyone to register, whether you're coming from a distance or whether you're a local resident. It's still great to see those names on the registry.
Reason adds that the homecoming weekend will have an array of activities for everyone to choose from, including 3 pancake breakfasts on the Saturday morning, to various entertainment around the downtown core.
So people will be able to wander through the downtown and go over to to Memorial Park, watch some entertainment, go to the Market Square. We're also going to have the Zero Block opened up and have a car show going there, and we're adding to that every day as well. So there'll be lots to do in the downtown area as well as at the exhibition grounds. There's also going to be lots of tours around the city, particularly historical sites.
And the 76th Annual Frontier Days will also have something for all ages, from the Midway to grandstand entertainment, including the Hunter Brothers and Emerson Drive. Businesses and other groups are also encouraged to start planning for their parade entry, as this year's event is expected to be one to remember.
Last year we had just over 90 entries, and I'm pretty sure this year, because we're including the decades, we're hoping that communities will get together and represent each of the decades that lead to the centennial that's happening. And so we have special awards and trophies that are going to be given out to representations of each of those decades.
Swift Current Centennial Homecoming Weekend and Frontier Days is set for June 26th through the 29th. More details on registrations for the homecoming and the full weekend schedule are available online. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at mylocaltv.ca. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.